Hello and welcome to day 10 of the Sleazestream. I'm Bring Stabity, the stabbiest stabity that ever stabbityed. And we're playing Data Live Spirit Pledge as always. And for the 10th episode, a nice big milestone, we have a special event happening. Specifically, you'll hear that there's absolutely no game audio. Because I was an idiot and forgot to record for a good chunk of it. So you got post commentary. Anyway, there you saw I checked my stamina. I was at 87 out of 90. Now taking a peek at date stamina. Making sure that doesn't get too high. We want to make sure to not let our stamina get too high, because that's how we waste things. But yeah, you see, there's 42 minutes before maxing it out. Spoiler alert. Stamina and date stamina gets maxed out pretty frequently. But yeah, we got ourselves some rewards. I did not take a peek at what they are because I'm actually doing this as live post commentary. Basically, I just have this playing just like you guys. Anyway, we're up in volume 5. Let's take a peek at the story. Or not. That's good. I'm very happy we don't. I was not looking forward to doing some post commentary on there. Let's just do our dailies instead. At the moment, I'm probably going in to check my notes to see which one I'm actually capable of handling on my own. But yeah, one thing I do need to admit about this game, it's not that bad of a grind for the dailies. It was much worse back in Super Robot Wars DD. That had a lot more to do. Anyway, we're playing the combo stage, and I get to show off that I still don't have a good build for getting good combos. Now, I believe by this point there's been a bunch of people saying, get Yoshino, use her, she's great for combos. Unfortunately, her angel isn't high enough to actually be useful. So yeah, we're stuck with the way we are, which is just getting Yuzuru and attacking like crazy. And yeah, it's spoiler alert, it's not gonna be a good result. But as soon as we get... Oh yeah, like right there. If you saw, I missed them often enough, and my combo reset. This does not look like it's going to be a good run. But as you can tell from the fact that I'm doing post-commentary, this is obviously not the only thing that went wrong. Oh. Yeah, we're just having fun with our... with Yuzuru. She's really fun to play as. I don't know what it is about her, but her chain whip's just so endearing. Yeah, we got our 100 combo. We didn't get to 200. Kind of sad. Once we get Yoshino up higher, we're gonna have a very good time on combos. It'll be very easy to go from there. Yeah, that was the combos, which I believe is the Sephira stage, if I remember correctly. Yes, it is. And now we go over to Prayer Clash, where we just want to kill a bunch of dudes. 80 seconds, defeat more enemies, try to get to 40. And of course we bring in Scarlet, also known as JD, who, by the point that this is going on YouTube, has... long since dropped the game, but by this point, when this was recorded, was a very active whale. Very helpful, helped out in a bunch of streams, and just kind of a cool dude. But yeah, anyway, this one's more in line with Yuzuru, which, getting combos, not exactly her strong point, with the build I have right now, that is. But, killing baddies, though, she's good at that. Now, there should be a little something showing up here. Where will I notice it? Right about here? Yeah, at this moment we should notice something wrong. The little gears are turning in my head.
Oh wow, I'm sorry guys. Have I been going this entire time without any audio?
Yes, you have. Okay, past me. I'll leave the rest of it to you.
Incoming maintenance. Oh man, I'm really sorry guys. That really sucked to me. Fortunately, we're not too far into the stream. Hot fix, not maintenance. Okay, well. Anyway, thank you for mentioning that because I was completely blind and didn't see that my mic wasn't getting anything. I said something and put up the announcement. I just mentioned a few more minutes and then I muted it again and then forgot to unmute when I started. I am an idiot. Anyway, I hope I didn't scare a bunch of people away with that, thinking, oh, this is just some idiot doing a silent stream of it. But yeah, there's that. Yeah. Anyway, let's go back through that. What I wanted to go back and say is thank you yesterday. Darkwolf22 and Flay2124 gave me a follow right at the end of the stream. Thank you guys a bunch. IRW, LS Play 19, Krabby Patties, and just a few seconds ago, Mito 90. Thank you for the follow. Hope I can deliver something with a little better quality than I did right now. Anyway, I hope you guys have all been having an amazing day. I most certainly have not. But yeah, we got a little progress down here done. So, now we can actually continue the storyline. Yeah, I know. I completely forgot about the ally. I shouldn't have done that. As for Yoshino, that part I actually did on purpose. She is just, whether I built her up improperly, didn't put enough of the right stats into the right points in her angel. She just doesn't have the staying power that Yuzuru has. I'm going to work on that someday when I'm not dealing with the little household emergency, as you may have seen on the pre-stream notification. I had the supply line on my dishwasher get busted. Just use Kurumi, spin easy. Yeah, that works too. Anyway, what I'm really glad is that I didn't actually go through and start talking in the doing the story mission and doing voices and all that stuff without actually having the audio on. So that was a little bit of good luck saving me there. If you build her S2, it's a perma-freeze, so free combo. Cool. Yoshi, JD, I will keep that in mind, and that's how I will build Yoshi. The fate of Kaguya and Yuzuru. Actually, speaking of which, as you may, I've got a fan blowing pretty loudly to dry everything up. Is that being picked up by the mic and being annoying? It's pretty quiet here where I am, but the microphone sometimes picks up weird things. The fate of Kaguya and Yuzuru. Challenge goal: persuade the twins. Because I had so much on my mind, I barely tasted the feast the hotel put together for us. Okay, can't hear it in the background? Perfect. It's sufficiently far away then. All I could think about was what Kaguya and Yuzuru said to me earlier that day. Nope. Sorry, Toko. focusing on your boobies and on the twin girls. Ryusuke's waiting for the whale to carry us in an online battle. Hey, I'm with you right there. Kokusama was in the stream, so I hope that we can very politely ask him to carry us again. Whoa, Toko, when did you get here? Sorry, I was just thinking about something. Yeah, Toko, you should try that sometime. Thinking, it's that thing you do with your head. Sounds good. I could use some fresh air. You have news for me, Kokusama. I am all ears. Or perhaps all eyes, since it's through text. The beach was quiet. From afar, a distant lighthouse sprinkled its beam over the waves. Hmm? Oh, the light? Yeah, it kind of does. Palm trees noisily rustled as the humid sea breeze blew past. Huh? What makes you think that? What kind of an analogy is that? She had a point. But the Yamai sisters were giving me worries of a completely different kind. Actually, 1 second, let me just quickly write. There we go. If you don't see the video, refresh the stream. I mean, oh no, that's her line. Toka, will you hear me out? Earlier today, Kaguya told me I should pick Yuzuru. After a moment of thought, Toka began to nod, as if it all made sense to her. Toka, please never do anything that stupid. Not long after, Yuzuru asked me to ask me the same thing, to pick Kaguya. Hey IRW, yes, I definitely will add followers. I can give you a follow if you're up for that. Let me do it right now. Click. Hop open into new tab. There we go, sent you a follow. Oh, the other way you mean. Sorry, I completely goofed up. Yeah, I absolutely will add you to the friends list. Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to. When I finish up with the story, put your number in the chat, and I'll add you to my friends. When I felt a sudden gust of wind and raised my head, standing there was Kaguya.
それが私を意味わかんない。何言ってんの？
Kaguya, calm down. As her angry gaze bored into me, footsteps from behind announced Yuzuru's arrival at the beach.
要求復唱してください。かぐやがゆずるを選べとそう言ったのですか？
Hey, Krabby Patties, yep. You asked the same question in exactly the same way as IRW. And the answer to both of you guys is yes. As soon as we wrap up the story, I will add you guys. Please, listen to what I have to say, Yuzuru.
ふざけたことしてくれんじゃないの。せっかく私が主人格の座を譲ってあげようってんだから、おとなしく受け取っとけばいいの？拒否。ゆずるは初めから主人格になる気はありませんでした。
Ah, sisterly love in action.
今までの勝負で私がうまく負けるのどんだけ苦労してきたと思ってんの？反論。それはゆずるも同じです。せっかく黒星を稼ごうとしてもかぐやが攻めてこないのでじれたのは一度や二度ではありません。病は万象をなぎ伏せる工夫の王。それにふさわしいのはあんたしかいないじゃない。否定。それは違います。真の病の名はかぐやこそが得るべきです。私より飛ぶの早いくせに。ゆずるよりかぐやの方が力が強いです。私よりスタイルいいくせに。かぐやの方が肌が綺麗です。私より可愛いくせに。反論。それは譲れません。ゆずるよりかぐやの方が可愛いに決まっています。お前たち落ち着け。
Whoa.
最後はやっぱり自分たちで決着つけるしかないので。ちょうどよかった。私今あんたに対する恨みが頂点に達してるから。
Hey, IRW. Congrats. Best of luck in being a whale. I'll mention something about my own whaling stuff in a bit.
王政ゆずるもかぐやのアホさ加減にはもう我慢の限界です。
And now for real, they're angry at each other. Okay. 3 battle missions, and then we can continue. 30 hit combo, die less than twice, get hit less than 10 times. Should be easy. Hey, Kokusama! Look who I just selected as the ally. So yeah,
ゆずるの出番です。
what I wanted to mention is if you take a look at the About section, I've been adding a little bit more. Or wait, no, I haven't added it yet. Shoot. I have it on a draft. But basically, what I have is a bunch of referral mechanisms. I know I started mentioning this last stream. What I used to do is... actually, I still do it. Is getting sign-up bonuses for credit cards, bank accounts, those sorts of things. And basically, what I plan on doing is putting in a bunch of referrals. So I know one of them, the easiest, is going to be for getting the Brave browser. That'll be the easiest. And that's something that anyone, no matter where you are in the world, can do, and that'll give me some money. And I'll also be putting up some credit card offers that basically of stuff that I use that I like, and if you guys sign up as well, I get a referral bonus. And what I plan on doing is, hold on, defeat 10 enemies, bring an ally, and use Awakening. Simple. What I'll be doing is splitting that 50-50. 50% of that goes straight into the game for in-game stuff, purchases of various kinds. And the other 50% is basically to cover all my costs with regards to, say, hardware and software to get streaming done. And I know I did already add a link to Streamlabs chats. So there is that option if you just want to do that. However, if you do that, I don't have any layering set up on my stream right now, so it won't pop up. But for that, the first $10 per month, I'm going to match 1-for-1. And the next $10 after that, I'll cover the processing fee. So say you donate $5, I'm going to apply $5 to the game, even though I only get something like 4 something out of that. And anything after that, I'll just take the processing fee out, but otherwise I'll apply the rest of it to the game. So if that's something you ever feel like doing, if you feel like you want to support either me or this game, but you don't want to whale yourself since you figure you'll only spend a few bucks, then feel free to take that option, and I will be very happy with that. And basically, you can toss in a request, make me do something silly in the game, or if you've got a favorite waifu, you can say, hey, here's a little stab chat, but you gotta use so-and-so for, say, either the rest of the stream or something. I'll do it. Let's see, defeat Ellen. $10 for 8 badges. Don't know if it's worth it or not. Yeah, the prices are pretty steep. I will definitely grant you that. Lose less than 50% of health, get hit less than 10 times, and get knocked down less than 6. IRW, thank you. So, and that is on top of basically free and clear. I'm putting in $10 of my own money onto this every month. So I already spent $5.30 something after tax for the monthly card. So there's that. I'll put the rest in as well. Yep. Whoa. There we go. Just juggle her. That's the best way to win. Hey, and suddenly the twins like each other again. Alright, victory! Nice and easy. Now, I don't know what exactly Ellen had to do with that stage, but there we go. 2 more levels and we can wrap up this thing. Let's get some money and some diamonds. And there we go. Just a few more rewards. Get up to 69. That's what, 15, so 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 of those are story missions, and 5 of them are battle missions. Okay, social. Quick send, quick claim. Sort by low activity. Wait, what? High activity, low activity. Why does that person show up at the top of the low activity list? Okay, whatever. Let's see, Michael, delete. Agawamai, delete. Wataro, delete. And Luca, delete. Good enough. Zwei accept. Auto rejected. Auto rejected. Okay. Anyway, IRW, you put your ID in here. Let's add you live on stream. 533-966. Whoops. 966 723. Confirm and search. There we go, level 23. Hey, you're Zay7878. I saw you on stream yesterday. I actually wrote down your contact details to catch you on Discord. Adding you, and I should be in your request as Bring Stabity. Krabby Patties. You wanted to be added? Toss your ID on here, and I'll add you. In the meantime, actually, let me double check just that social, that the date side is still balanced. 12 minutes. Okay, we'll be switching to dates in just a second. Anyway, here we go. We completed the event. Log in 5 days in a row. That is the entire event clear. Very cool. And daily event, some dual cards. I did get all the bentos today, so I'm quite happy with that. Never did get the spirit trial. I need to get around to that. Anyway, let's hop into our quest screen. There we go. And dailies, we won't be getting the stamina. Win a daily instance. Upgrade a character. Enhance a Sephira. Claim work twice. Complete. Huh. Yeah, it happens. People auto-add like crazy, so the request screen's usually pretty big. Complete a date. Did I do one after hours? I don't know how I got that, but okay. Send a gift 3 times. Yes, I did do that. Gift friend points. EXP and money. Sephira Essence. Diamonds and Sephira Shards. And a dual card. And diamonds, there we go. And advanced. 360 stars total. Very nice. Very nice. Krabby Patties, are you still here? Yep, it shows on stream you still are. Alright, whatever. I will add you later when you get a chance to get back into chat and you can post. In the meantime, time for some dates. Now, yesterday we did leave off with Karumi. That means it is time for Katori. Observe. Nothing to do, date worth trying. I like the sound of that. Let's see, 7 options. Now, I did get that link to the guide of every possible of all the endings, but I'm going to avoid that for now. Let's. I decided I'm going to be going with this blind. I've got my own notes. I'll be building them up, and we can explore this together. Anyway, we did get the happy end, so let's keep going. What other endings can we find? Yep, we already went through this section. Let's see, this time we'll go with 1B. Promise it won't be boring. I promise you it won't be boring. Come on. Commander, relax and go enjoy yourself. Your Deputy of Love and Justice can take care of things here. And as always, first option doesn't matter. It looks like it's the exact same thing as last time. Ow! Ouch! Kanazuki went quiet suddenly. Perhaps Katori had trampled him really hard. Then I was transferred to Fraxinus, out of the blue. Ah! It hurts! You should warn me before teleportation. Or, as President Scroob would say, no! That's it! No more teleportation! I'm done with this beaming. I'll walk! I rubbed my sore behind and stood up. Will you hang out with me to comfort my frightened heart, Katori? Are you that reluctant? That's not right. Oh no, that's her line. Katori wasn't candid at all. Well, let's go to the bakery and buy some cookies. Yeah, do you remember the cookie from last time? Want to buy some more? Ah, you don't want me to pick you up? Well, we went with Always a Child last time, so today we shall be going with 3B. Now that's just begging for a bad end. Only a child would say something like that. Whoops, not 3B, 2B. Only a child would say something like that. Katori tilted her head and frowned. The mood wasn't great. No, forget it. I'll see you at the food street. Katori, this way. I'm so relieved that you didn't get lost. I tried to take Katori's hand, but she dodged away. Huh? You don't want me to hold your hand, Katori? Having said that, Katori took the lead and went ahead. Yup, I'm definitely in trouble for calling her a child. I heard Rain's voice from my earpiece. Miss Rain, how is Katori's mood rating? Quite steady, you say. Is that so? I don't know how to make her happy. Well, this is definitely a different route, so we shall be going with 3A. Katori didn't hold my hand. Katori didn't hold my hand. So sad. Katori. I stood on the street with my head down, pretending to be depressed. You used to hold my hand while shopping. Why do you reject me today, Katori? Katori slowly held out her left hand and waited for my response. Only a child can hold Katori's hand? How sad. I just want to act spoiled to you, Katori. Well, when in doubt, go with option A. For A. Pull hard and hug. Pull hard and embrace Katori. Haha, thanks, Katori! Be careful, Katori. Katori failed to pull me up and fell into my arms. Ah, sorry, I pulled too hard. Katori complained as she tidied her wrinkled skirt. It was an accident. I'm sorry. I put my hands together and bowed an apology to Katori. That was fun. After entering the bakery, Katori sat down on the nearest seat. What should I do? Buy an ice cream, of course. Even though we said we came for cookies. Buy an ice cream for Katori. Then I'll buy 2 ice creams as my apology, okay? Hey, we're melting her icy heart. Right, let me get it for you. Hello, 2 ice creams, please. Certainly. Ice cream is made to order. Please wait at your table. Okay, thank you. Katori kept staring at me after I returned to the seat. Because it's Japan and fake incest is all the rage. Katori raised her eyebrows as if she had seen through everything. Actually, it's because... the rule is A when in doubt, but I'm going with option B. I want to date Kotori. I want to date Kotori. Yeah. Is there anything wrong with that? Aside from the fact that she's your adopted sister? I mean, and still in middle school? Pretending to be angry, I put my hands on my hips and answered Kotori confidently. Go get in line. Kotori blushed, and her eyes widened. So, how are you going to compensate me? Oh, compensated dating now, huh? Okay. Alright, MC-kun, go ahead and make your appointment at the Love Hotel for a little compensated dating. Look, Kotori, if you go fetch the ice cream, then I will forgive you. Kotori agreed squarely and turned to fetch the ice cream. The ice cream balls held by Kotori were about to drop. Be careful, Kotori! At that exact moment, the ice cream ball at the top dropped. Then something embarrassing happened. The ice cream ball landed on my pants. Spoiler warning, it's not just ice cream. Kotori should take responsibility for my pants. 7A. Kotori, take responsibility. Kotori should take responsibility for my pants. Kotori looked at me helplessly and didn't know what to do. Haha, I cannot walk out like that, right? Ryusuke, of course I'm gonna go with the lewd option. She's too serious to take the lewd option. Origami would have gone for it. It's fine. Don't worry about such trivial matters. It's getting late. Should we head back? Kotori went behind me and tugged my clothes a tiny bit. What's wrong, Kotori? A used lollipop? I wonder where that's been. Well, between her lips. The question is, which ones? Kotori blushed and handed me a lollipop. Isn't this your favorite flavor, Kotori? Then I will accept it. Thank you, Kotori. CG unlocked. Cool, cool. Hidden end. How can my little sister be so cute? How can my little sister be so cute? Done. There we go. That's a freak taken care of, and that means we can loop back and go over to Toka. Toka date. Here we go. Observe. How are you doing, stat-wise? It wouldn't hurt to get you a little higher, but the daily date will also get you up. So, we're okay. Ignore the doll shop because we're focusing on the bakery. Let's see, we got a bunch of here to do. That was the bread devil option. Fell into a river. Bittersweet. Failure's the mother of success. Okay, yes. I see where we go. We'll be doing the eating contest once again, but last time, or not the immediate last time, but we went with the bad end, failure is the mother of success, by teaming up with Origami, and the happy ending was having Toka and Origami team up, even though they hate each other. But there was still the final option to ask Kotori. So that's what we're going to go with today. That means, fortunately, this will be a very quick run through, since we just skip through everything, we go with impressive, and then we go for the stroll. We go with the contest. And here we go. Final option. Probably also a bad end, but we are trying out everything. Remember the promise made to Kurumi. What does Kurumi have to do with this? I don't know. 4C. Kurumi. It's the spatial quake alarm. This is not a drill. Spatial quake detected. Everyone in the proximity, please head to the nearest shelter immediately for refuge. I repeat. The atmosphere became restless, and the bustling bakery fell silent. I was about to ask Kotori for details when I heard a familiar voice. Kurumi! Upon hearing the voice, Origami launched into a quick attack. Kurumi appeared behind Origami like a ghost, lifted her chin with one hand, and licked her cheek. Ooh, we've got someone just as pervy as Origami. Kurumi, let Origami go. Under everyone's cautious watch, Kurumi loosened her grip, giving Origami the chance to jump away. Huh? Huh? And JD needs more bentos. So it was you who caused the spatial quake. It's your spatial quake that has driven everyone away. Well, that's how you get their attention. Winner gets to date me. Hey, don't make such an arbitrary decision. As the prize and the referee, I helplessly signaled them to start. Then Toka and Origami began to swallow as fast as they could. Kurumi, why are you still wiping your hands with a handkerchief?
いただきますわ。
Kurumi tore open the wrapping, put the kinako bread on a plate, and slowly cut it into small pieces, like cutting a chunk of steak. As the prize, I couldn't help but sigh in relief. As I expected, by the time Kurumi finished her first bread, Toka and Origami had already left many empty wrapping bags on the table.
ごちそうさまでしたわ。
Kurumi wiped away the breadcrumbs from her mouth with satisfaction, and just as I thought she was about to give up...
よろしいですわ。
What? I was stunned as countless Kurumis rushed into the bakery. These Kurumi giggled, then filled the bakery with the clattering of knives and forks colliding. It didn't take long before the kinako bread was swept clean.
腹立たしい。正解。問題ありませんわ。
Yep, I need to finish the date, then we can go do some of the online missions. I'm concentrating very hard on this date. It's very riveting. Kurumi disappeared before we could respond. Hidden end! Here they are! There we go, I'm glad I went with that option. Here they come! So anyway, that was Toka's option. Now, I will still be doing two more. I'll be doing Origami and Yoshino. But since we have been talking about the online stuff, let's go do that. Kokusama, are you ready? Ryusuke, you as well?
自分の部屋の何を言っているのかわからない。
Can't do that one. Awesome. I'll open up the room then. New room. Close it. Invite friend. Kokusama. Invite friend. Ryu. Now, if anyone else is on the stream, wants to host and invite myself and maybe another whale on the stream, let us know. This is a great place to team up. Kokusama, our good whale friend, please carry us. Battle start. That 4K BP makes you drool, Ryusuke. Now, hope no one disconnects this time. Oh wow, that really is spin to win. Oof. And I'm dead right before victory. Fortunately, we still got it. Hey, 9%. Thank you both. Oh, I did. I should have taken a closer look at that. I know. There probably isn't a good way to check what it is that I just got. It was a green one, though, I'm pretty sure. Why is it automatically going into them? New. Anything else here showing up as new? Why does it automatically go in? I'm not clicking on anything. A 3-star, okay. This is way too sensitive. Oh, there we go. That's what it was. Nemesis. That's the green I saw. It was green hair, not green frame. Anyway, that's really nice. Yeah, I got so many, bunch of Sephir I need to do. Need to take care of, level them up, and all that good stuff. Okay, let's take a look at the battles. So that's event. Endless Corridor, I'll do that. Yeah, let's do Endless Corridor. See how badly I lose. Fight. Oh, wow. That was terrible. Okay. Guess what we're not doing? Yeah. Anyway, request. Chitanda. I'll accept. Quick send. Gifted everything. Can't accept anymore, so it doesn't matter. Order. Hey, 10 likes from allies in online battles. That's something to be happy about. Yep, I will be going there, but not right now. Win an online instance together, claim a reward, and off to the store to buy a fate badge. Just one. And there we go. That is every single daily mission taken care of. And at 69 stamina, that means it's time to go to Kurumi hard mode. Oh, I didn't collect this yesterday. Just some money and diamonds. (3-11). 25 hit combo, die less than twice, get hit less than 15 times. Simple. Let's roll. Farm, I'll be taking you today. Oh wow, it's almost 11 p.m. my time. Let's hurry through this. So yeah, our resident whale, Kokusama, is offering assistance in the chat. If anyone needs help with the online instance, go bug him. He'll get you what you need. Now let's see, where do we go from here? 3-12. 90 seconds, and an entrance skill. Okay. A reminder to myself. Bring stabity, you idiot. Use an entrance skill. Use an entrance skill. Use an entrance skill. And kill someone with it. Enhanced Toka has arrived. There we go. Got the kill. And now we just charge through and make sure we finish within 90 seconds. Can't allow ourselves to take too long. 54 seconds. But this is the final wave. There we are. Ooh, we're getting close to a level up. We'll be able to continue the twins story. 25 hit combo, get hit less than 5 times, lose less than 60% of health. Should be easy. So yeah, in the chat, which of the girls is your waifu? Which one do you like the most? Ryusuke goes for the psychopath. Kurumi, of course. She is a purple heart. There we go. Mission clear. Easy peasy. 3-14. How are we on energy? Good. We can do 2 more. Die less than twice, knock down less than 6 times, and use an awakening. Stupidly simple. Referral. This is what we call a target-rich environment. Nice and easy, get a ton of hits, spin up a nice combo. And even use a second awakening. $266. Now, if I could get something like that on the Sephira stage, that would be nice. Hey, 3-15. 25 hit combo, lose less than 70% of health, and get knocked down less than 8 times. Let's just beat up on Kurumi. Nice and easy. Perfect. Got it. Ooh! That is a Kurumi fragment. Very nice, very nice. Very nice. And level 32. Bumped up the stamina cap. Ooh. Stamina regen 6. People that are a higher level than me, does getting your stamina even higher, does getting your level higher eventually push you to getting better stamina regen? Oh, sweet. That's the end here. Don't know. Okay, cool. Never check. So yeah, that can get us a Kurumi fragment. Limit 3 times a day, though. But that is something to definitely come back to and play with dual mode on. Do 3 times there, so 36 stamina. Use the dual cards to get a 5 times drop rate. Yeah, that's definitely a winning move. Yeah, those don't have that. So yeah, definitely something to grind up for and get. Cool. Regular stuff, and more Kurumi fragments. Very satisfying. But with Kurumi's hard mode done, and only 17 stamina remaining, we can come into the supply station and get today's reward. Some stamina. Only use dual cards on hell stages. More EXP and high chance of fragments drop. Yeah, that's a good point. That is why I'm saving them, but something to consider, depending on how many hard stages there are and all that good stuff. Hot. Wow, $10 for 8 of those, and for me, I'd even have to pay sales tax on top of that. Not a winning move. But if I do have money to spend, and I still need to spend almost $5 for and some change on here this month, so we'll have to get something. Yeah, $10 for 10 badges would have been a nice thing, but maybe what they'll do is they'll put it on sale. They'll have $10 for 10 badges when it's on sale. Could be nice. Reward, reward, reward. 3-14, 3-15, and done with that. So, time to hop back into battle and go back to the Yamai story. 5-15. An enemy every 20 seconds. 30 hit combo and defeat 10 enemies on a 60-second survival state. 60-second survival stage. Should be nice and easy. There we go. That's our minimum 10 enemies killed. And I don't know about you, but I've definitely been killing them at least one every 20 seconds. That's such an easy requirement. Hey, 60 seconds done. All set. What's next? There's a side mode, less than 12 skills, die less than twice, and an awakening. And then we'll move on to continue the twins' story. And still, nothing quite like a stronger enemy like Ellen to show up and let them put away their differences. sweet and easy victory. Alright, and more story mode. Persuade the Yamai twins to get sealed. Hey, listen, twin girls, come join my harem. The Yamai sisters' duel was sweeping across a ruby island, but with Toka's help I somehow managed to interrupt it.
少佐、なぜあなたがここに。
Let's turn everything else down and leave the voice up so we can hear them when they speak, because they talk really quietly. Kaguya, Yuzuru, please stop fighting.
あんた聞いてなかったの？私とゆずるはどちらかがどちらかを取り込まないと存在できなくなっちゃうの。同長、その通りです。邪魔をしないでください。今このわからず屋にかぐやがどれだけ優れた精霊かを教え込んでいるのです。まだ言うか。私なんかが生き残ったって仕方ないって言ってるでしょ。なんでわかんないのよ。ゆずる、あんたが生きるべきなの。否定。そうは思いません。かぐやの方が生きるべきです。
Stop it, you two. Leave this decision to me. Yes, go full dad voice. As soon as they heard me shout, the two of them ceased fighting. The looks in both of their eyes were telling me I had to pick the other girl. Or die. I choose you, Pikachu. I choose you, both of you.
何それ。ふざけてんの？軽蔑。決断力のない男性はみっともないです。
Yeah, Pikachu is a Pokemon reference. I choose you, Pikachu is definitely a Pokemon reference, Ryusuke. Ugh, indecisive men. Yuzuru, you hurt me. I'm not indecisive. I'm greedy. I want you both. I want to pick one of you, but there's no way. There's no way I can. I just can't choose. Shut up. Stop putting foot in mouth. You choose both. Because you have a harem, and you will add them to your harem. You watch Pokemon since 4 years old. Well, I am a bit older than you, so, yeah. You started watching Pokemon when you were 4. Now you're 24, but Ash is still 10 years old. Kaguya, you care about Yuzuru more than she cares for herself. Yuzuru, you hold Kaguya much more dear than she holds herself. You have the right to choose what will happen next. They fell silent once I had spoken their minds. After a brief pause, I continued. You choose. 1. Yuzuru takes in Kaguya and becomes the true Yamai. 2. Kaguya takes in Yuzuru and becomes the true Yamai. 3. In exchange for losing your spirit powers, you both survive.
二人とも生き残るなんてそんなこと可能なはずがないじゃない。疑念。そうです。一体何を言っているのですか。
It's possible. Believe me.
もしあいつの言ってることが本当だったらどう思う？おっと、とても素敵だと思いました。奇遇ね。私もよ。
Toka is recruiting girls into the cult of Kinako bread.
カイト、ゆずるは学校に通ってみたいです。ああ、いいわね。ゆずるならきっと学校中の男たちの憧れの的よ。否定、それはないと思います。きっとかぐやの方が人気が出ます。
A long silence lingered when they finished speaking, but it was Kaguya who broke it first.
ゆずる、ごめん。私、嘘ついてた。私、死にたくない。生きてたい。もっと、もっとゆずると一緒にいたい。
Twincest.
おっと、ゆずるもです。消えたくありません。かぐやと生きてみたいです。ゆずる、一緒に生きよう。遠い、一緒に行きましょう。
Their conversation was interrupted by a powerful roar from a massive airship floating in the sky. There we go. Okay, that is them taken care of for now. Alright, 3 more battle missions and 1 story mission, and we'll be done with the twins. And we can finish off with Miku, the idol, because every Japanese game needs an idol. But for now, it's time for Kotori's hard mode. We'll get 5 missions in, just enough to the end of the screen, in fact. Unless I do something stupid and fail an entrance skill mission, which I wouldn't be surprised if I did. 30 hit combo, 90 seconds, less than 50%. Simple. Let's go. So yeah, I know I started mentioning this. I watched the first episode of Date Alive, and I watched the dub version, and it is bad. I mean, I've always been a sub guy, as opposed to watching the dubs, but it's bad. Yep, English dub. Anyway, isn't it licensed? Ryusuke joins the EU. I never watched dub, but I just kind of watched it spur of the moment on YouTube. You know, complete with like that off-center frame to bypass the content ID filter. 30 hit combo, less than 15 times, less than 12 skills. Oops. Prepare. And go. Ryusuke! Hey, I'm using your Kurumi. Yeah, there's a reason the U.S. Dubbing industry is held in low regard. Not to mention that it's staffed by some absolutely terrible people. I mean, if you know of any of the drama that's going on in Funimation right now, I mean, mind you, it's been like a year and a half, all that stuff with Vic Mignogna, and yeah, it was crazy. Basically, you had a bunch of harpies jealous of him and trying to ruin him, so yeah. I actually enjoy really watching this legal channel, Ricada Law. He goes into a bunch of, major legal topics, lawsuits, criminal stuff, and the entire Vic saga is amazing. Stage in 90 seconds, die less than 2 times, and awakening skill. Ooh, enemies are nimble. So yeah, I know I've mentioned this before, but my problem with this sort of game is that it doesn't reward you for being, for basically spreading your attention broadly. It rewards you for focusing on just one girl and maxing her out. So, a while back I was chatting with some people. I came up with some ideas on how basically you could make a waifu collector game, but reward the player for collecting waifus instead of just trying to wail to get the one girl that they care about maxed out and doing it that way. Let's see, less than 50%, knockdown less than 6 times, and an entrance skill. Ugh. So what you end up needing to do is take basically have a bunch of stages that reward you for having lots of girls, lots of waifus, and each time you use one, assign her to some sort of task. That's it. So like you could have, say, for example, a tower defense like section, and in it, if you depending on how well or poorly you do, darn, still no entrance skill. There we go, got it. Oh man, is this lagging out. 24% still. See, anyway, what I came up with things was like, say you'd have a marathon section where basically you just challenge challenge stages one after the other. But you can say, for example, bring a team of, I don't know, up to three or possibly up to five waifus for any one competition. But if you lose, well, all of them lose, and then you can bring more. So sort of like the suppression stages in Super Robot Wars DD. But if you win, you also lose them. Oh, IRW, that sucks. Phone just died in the middle of online battle. I feel you, man. I feel you. And then another option is you'd have like a tower defense stage. Just line up all your girls, power them up, and if you assign them to the tower defense, well, that's all they can do that day. And then give some tasks, some of the girls, like domestic tasks, like taking care of some household that you can build up, and that's another way that you can sink in-game money into building up the house. And basically, the idea is that you get the user feeling like, at the same time, he doesn't have enough waifus, so he needs to keep drawing so that he can actually use up, because every single one's being used, and if he just had more, that would help. But you also put some restraints to make collecting harder, so at the same time he's just like, well, I could use more girls, but I can't afford them. Say the house isn't big enough, so you need to spend more points to build up the house, to build up the waifu harem. 30 hit combo, less than 15 hits, defeat one enemy every 20 seconds. Nice and easy. So yeah, does that sound like something interesting? And of course, that's all in addition to, say, regular stages where you progress the story and where you do daily missions and all that good stuff. But basically just rewarding you for having quantity and not just focusing entirely on building up one girl. And then, of course, each of the things wants you to have different builds. So, for example, for the tower defense stage, you want everyone more or less equally. For the marathon section, you basically want a progression. You want a bunch of girls, some of them weak, some of them moderately strong, some of them very strong. There we go. Used up all our stamina, just about. Nine left. That's something to use off screen. Or possibly once I finish the last date. Let's grab some story rewards. Cleared the story a little bit. And 4-1, 4-2, 4-3, 4-4, and 4-5. My Yuzuru build seems amazing. I've literally put no points into any of her skills. I dumped it all into her base attack. And all I do is just occasionally spin when I'm in a group of enemies, sometimes use her second skill to stun lock, and then just dash to the side and spam main attack. And that's all I do. Hey, cleared hard 50 times. That's a nice reward. But yeah, IRW, thank you for the compliment. And I kind of really do like her. She's She's definitely a speed demon, and that's my kind of play style. Just go in, hit hard, hit fast. Hey, origami. Oh, a bunch of girls here. Will we have costumes? You also don't want to sleep? Ah. Origami. Have some food. Here, have some rice wine. Let's get you drunk. And daily date time. Back to the flower store. Where do we go? Where do we build up this time? Let's close Toka. Let's close the dailies. And let's open up Origami's list. Origami, flower store, night. Okay, there we go. I've got the path in mind. I probably would have liked S Toka then, because she's all about combos and not tapping skills to win. JD, yes, I would have. That actually does sound like what I like. Just a good old button masher. Spam attack. And as always, thank you, come again. Fast forward, we're skipping this part. And we're looking at dried flowers. Oh yeah, that was something different we went with. Yep. Like looking at dried flowers. And we went, I like it because it's special. And here we swap onto a different path. 4B DIYs. Wreath. Let's switch. We go with 3. Pre-made. Yeah, that's actually the thing I like least about Kurumi. It's that she's got so many... that it's all about tapping skills. The process seems complicated. Perhaps it's better to buy finished product directly. Grammar. I really don't have much confidence in making this kind of thing. As for origami, thinking of the food she had made, I couldn't help but shivering. They really have their worst people on the dates. Like, the story in most places is okay, but man, Origami's date, they gave it to the D team. It's not even the B or C team. It was the interns that just thought they knew more than they did. This had nothing to do with cooking, but the idea that she would get involved in this. What do you think, Origami? Do you also prefer to buy it directly? After all, we have to go somewhere else for our date, right? Origami nodded. So which design should we buy? Uh-oh. Okay. And we wrapped right back around to if we had taken another path. Astoka is literally 2 big buttons, A and B, and you tap them to get different attacks. Hey, there you go. Man, I do regret not getting Astoka. I should have gone with her. Anyway, we went with A. What design does Origami want? So We'll be going with 4B. Then we will buy this one. But each design has color variation. Do you have a favorite color, Origami? Of course it's white. Ah, she was hesitating. Was it all that difficult to choose? Then we will buy them all. No! Don't spend so much money. Five A. Yes, all. Buy all the things. I want Origami to have memories of this night. As many as possible. Yes, you are being too greedy. When we walked out of the flower shop, the night rain had just stopped. The moonlight shone on the puddles like small mirrors on the ground. Uh-oh. We've already taken this one. This is going to be True End Sunny After Rain. The thing they reflected was my joyful feeling. Yep, True End Sunny After Rain. Okay. So yeah, that's all the dates taken care of. I was going to do one more since I've got date tickets, but it's already 11:30. I did get started late, so I'm going to call it a night in just a moment. First, we want to jump back here because I forgot to go to... Oh, I didn't start work. Darn it, I'm stupid. Oh, here we go. This is what we get for having the accessory shop at level 2. We're able to get 3-star missions now. Takes 4 hours, costs 20 stamina, and gives us more items. Very nice. How do we stand? 10 hours. Despite that, I'm going to see if we don't have any... Oh no, that's already completed. Bakery. Already completed. Beverage store. And that's completed. Okay. Well, accessory shop. I guess it's time to do our first 4-hour option. There we go. And that's 14 hours until we're full. So nothing to worry about there. In the meantime, handcraft. I'll do a little plush doll here. Heart pillow. Just tap the button and keep yellow near the scissors. And get a perfect. You have no clue how this works. Stat ups seem random and resource gained seems irrelevant to time needed. So, the way... I mean, the stat ups are random, just some missions have them, some don't. I just prioritize them because I want to be able to start crafting level 2 items. And pretty much every day I just take all of the missions that give stat ups, make sure to get those. The resources, yeah, I'm not positive, but the correlation is exactly on how much experience they give towards that shop. So you've got the star ones that give you 10 10 points. Actually, the amount of points they give you is exactly as much stamina as it costs. And then you just level up each of the shops. That was a simple reward. Cute pony. Craft the pony, craft the pony, craft the pony, because I'm out of lyrics. And let's make some flowers. Mixed roses decoration. It's always great when the scissors just hang out at the bottom. Then you don't actually have to do any work. And cooking. So what I definitely want to do is get beverage. So concentration up to level 35 and carefulness up to level 25. Because that will let me get crafting cocoa milk. And that is Yoshino's favorite. But for now, let's make some vegetable egg roll. That fish is still alive. Cooking with live fish. Long press. Not long enough. Darn it. Click too soon. Spam the tap. And a long press. Darn, only good. But it was still good enough. I don't get why crafting doesn't raise stats. Neither do I. Probably because it'd be too easy. Alright. Let's restore my honor, because that was a pathetic one. Darn it. Restoring honor failed so far. There we go, at least one great. Still wasn't exactly a good run, but good enough. Okay. That is not that. Items. Grab some gold. And some more gold. Materials, fragments. Nope. Back. Store. Void. Key of Void. Extra chance for team-up mode. Used to exchange stuff at the Void store. That modifies affixes of Sephiroth at random, used to modify green, blue, and purple affix stats. Yusuke needs gold! Oh man. Need lots more void crystals for that. Actually, divide by 1075. I can have 112, which is still not enough. Endless shop. Yeah, more of those. Gift. Hey, supersized burger. My gold gone in an instant after upgrading Kurumi's crystal. Yeah, upgrading crystals can get pretty expensive pretty quickly. Cute bunny. Oh. I know what we need to do with the cute bunny. Date. Yoshino, observe. Yeah, you definitely need a pick-me-up. Items. Oh. Wait, that's a cute bunny? Never mind, I was a little bit too eager. Yep, that didn't do it. And a fine bunny doll probably won't be a favorite either. No, it's not. Okay, so much for that idea. I was a little overeager there. Alright. That is that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the follows. Date. Thank you for following. Thank you, everyone else. Glad you could join me for this. And we'll be. Oh, wait. Hang on, I'm thinking you guys, but let's go here. Kurumi. It's just a heart. Next phase. Demon King or Efreet? Neither. Friendship Summon. Times 10. Confirm. Two star, two star, two star. Nothing special. Okay, that's that. Ending for real. Thank you, everybody. Glad you could join me. I had a blast. I hope you did too. I will be posting a bunch more of those, a bunch more referral options. So far, there's just one for the net spend card. I'll be hoping you guys can help support me on this, and we can spend more money on the waifus. So, thanks a bunch. Peace out.